So first thing, we are going to see how to create the staircase now. So in order to create the staircase, first thing is you are supposed to set the units. Units is nothing but like if you want to create the staircase, it in feet and inches. So यहाँ पे set करिए engineering, set precision value as in feet 0 inches and set the insertion scale as inches. Click on OK. Now, the first thing we are supposed to go for calculate the number of steps required to reach from ground level to the first level. Okay, whatever may be the level, आपको कोई एक specific level से एक specific level तक पहुंचना है. तो यहाँ पे we are having this formula to calculate the number of steps. Okay, so the number of steps is nothing but the number of risers we can say is calculated just by distance between the floors divided by the riser height. If the distance between one floor to other floor is 10 feet, so we need to just add it over here as 10 feet. And the riser height, what is the riser height? This is nothing but your riser height. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आप पैर कितना ऊपर उठा के रख रहे, that is nothing but your riser height. That will be standard 6 inches, but that will also be varying. Okay, you might take it as minimum standard is 6 inches. You can take it as 5 inches also. Okay, if you are taking 5 inches, number of steps will be more. Okay, it occupies more space. So for that thing, just make sure you are just going to keep the riser height as 6 inches. If you are going to take the riser height more than 6 inches, like you are taking 7 inches or 8 inches, mostly people will be using 7 inches and 8 inches. But कहाँ पे use होता, जहाँ पे concise spaces रहते हैं, बहुत छोटी जगह रहती है जहाँ पे, वहाँ पे in a smaller space, ठीक है, कम स्पेस में staircase fit करना रहा, तो at that particular places will be increasing the riser height. Okay, so but the major drawback of increasing the riser height is like old age people, like senior citizens, like they cannot just access the staircase. It will be like quite difficult for them to just climb the stairs. Okay, थोड़ा सा चढ़ने में मुश्किल होती. So for that thing, just make sure you are keeping the riser height as 6 inches. Now coming back to the formula. So the number of risers or steps is nothing but the distance between the floors divided by the riser height. Distance between the floors, we are having it as 10 feet, and the riser height, we are having it as 6 inches. So the numerator is in feet and the denominator is in inches. So 10 feet, we are going to convert it into inches. So that goes to 120 inches divided by 6 inches. It gives you the number of risers 20. Okay, so the total number of risers is 20. So how we can create it? So this is nothing but the top view of the staircase. So you'll be getting like 2 flights. This is normal dog-leg staircase. So you're having like different types of staircase. बहुत सारे varieties है staircase में भी. Open well staircase है, dog-leg staircase है, spiral staircase है. Okay, even we are having cantilever staircase. Even we are having straight staircase. In straight staircase, we don't have any landing. Directly number of steps रहते सीधा. ठीक है? Directly it will be connecting from one level to other level. No landing in between. जैसा कि here you can see the landing, mid landing. This is the first flight. ठीक है, जहां से आप चढ़ना स्टार्ट कर रहे, that is called your first flight, flight 1. And now the point where you are like you are just starting from the flight 1 and you are landing, you are going to stand over here, mid landing पे ठहर रहे, थोड़ा सा रुके, right? So that is the mid landing after the flight 1. So it is not going to directly connect you to the second level. It will be in between the levels. Okay, it might be at 6 feet height, it might be at 7 feet height, the landing. Okay, so after mid landing, you will be having the second flight. Second flight, which means like the number of risers again here, the number of risers are the second flight also. So the total number of risers we got it as 20. 20 number of risers over here. So what I'll do, I'll go for taking 10 number of risers on the flight 1. The landing is also considered as a riser. So the 11th is the landing, 11th step or the 11th riser is the landing. Remaining जो steps है, Here, those will be followed up at the second flight. Remaining risers are 9. 9 risers or 9 steps will be taken at flight 2. Clear now? Now, coming to the next thing. The next thing is the thread depth. The thread depth. What is this thread depth? Thread depth is nothing but the foot placement area. This is the side view of the staircase. In this, I'll show you like where this at this particular position we'll be placing our step, right? Our foot, right? So that is nothing but called as thread depth. Okay. So here in the top view, you can see the thread depth. So the standard is from 10 inches to 1 feet. It can be increased, like you can take it more than 1 feet. Okay, but it cannot be reduced like less than 10 inches. If you are taking less than 10 inches, properly आपका step जो है, आपका पैर जो है, properly staircase पे fit नहीं होगा. Okay, so if you are climbing the staircase, it's mandatory that your step should be exactly fitting on the staircase. Okay, so that's why make sure you are taking this one as 10 inches and 1 feet. Now coming to the next thing, the thread width. What is this thread width? Which means the broadness, how broad the staircase is. This part, this how broad the staircase is. We have to just show that thing. Okay, so that is called as thread width. So that can be considered as minimum 3 feet for the residential. Even if you are having small spaces, बहुत कम जगह है, तब भी 3 feet ले लेना. Mostly like old houses जो है, पुराने constructions जो है, उसमें थोड़े से constructions में due to less availability of space, वहाँ पे some people have taken like 2 feet 6 inches also, but that's not as advisable. Okay, minimum 3 feet to be considered for the thread width. Okay, maximum you can go for 4 feet or 5 feet as well for residential houses. Okay, what are residential houses like apartments and all those things are comes under residential. Okay, now what is the next thing? Minimum 5 feet and maximum 10 feet for commercial. What is this commercial? Commercial building, malls, complexes, hospitals, colleges, universities, schools, all those things comes under commercial. Why there is an increase in thread width in commercial buildings? Yeah, just because the flow will be more. Okay, compared to residential buildings में very less number of people will be there. Okay, flow will be less. ज्यादा members, ज्यादा लोग का आना जाना नहीं रहता, तो इसलिए will be just taking this one as 3 feet or 4 feet. But commercial places में flow will be more. Okay, in colleges में, schools में बहुत सारे ज्यादा जने रहते, so for that thing we'll be taking it one taking the thread width as 5 feet. Okay, this is okay. Now the next thing, now we'll just go for creating the staircase. Okay, and this is nothing but the directional symbol. So like from where you are starting, just to represent it, that thing we are going to use this arrow. Now coming to the next thing, so here now we'll just see how to create the staircase. First, what we'll do, we'll create the top view of the staircase. Now I'm going to consider the thread depth as 1 feet, and we decided that we'll take the number of risers on the first flight as 10. So for 10 risers, the flight one length will become 10 feet. अभी देख लो यहाँ पे, this one each is 1 feet. Okay, this each is 1 feet. ऐसे 10 steps आ गए, so it will become 10 feet ना. So we'll take this one, the first thing as 10 feet. So go back to AutoCAD, just take up a line, specify the first point, and just make sure we want to draw the straight line, press F8, and again just type the length as 10 feet, done. Now the next thing, how much is the width of the flight one? 3 feet 6 inches we'll consider. Okay, 3 feet 6 inches, done. Now the next thing, again 10 feet, just make a closed loop, again 3 feet 6 inches. Now this time I just wanted to create the offset, multiple steps I wanted to represent, जैसा कि यहाँ पे multiple lines है at a regular distance of 1 feet. ठीक है, so I'll go back over here, I'll go for offset enter. I'll give for offset distance as 1 feet, enter. So offset is just going to create the duplicates at a specific distance. Done. We got the number of steps. Okay. Now coming to the next thing. Now I wanted to create the landing part. So L enter again. How much is the landing width? 3 feet 6 inches again. Enter. Now coming to the next thing. How much will be the length of the landing? It will be 7 feet. How 7 feet? See here, this part is 3 feet 6 inches and this part is 3 feet 6 inches. Overall landing ka length ho jata 3 feet, sorry, 7 feet it will become. So, okay. So now, so that's why I'm just going to take it as 7 feet. Again, 3 feet 6 inches. Again, just close it over here. Done. Now we have to create the second flight. So the length of the second flight will be 9 feet as we are getting 9 number of steps over here. Again, O enter offset of 1 feet. Like this, you can just go for offsetting the things. Make sure each and everything like the steps are exactly with reference. जैसा कि flight 1 पे steps है वैसे ही flight 2 पे भी steps exactly match होना है यहाँ पे दोनों same line में रहना. Remember this thing. Okay. Now again go for L enter. Specify the line from the midpoint. Specify the direction arrow. Do Control Z. Track the midpoint like this. Now again turn off the ortho mode. Create the arrow. Just go for mirror. MI enter mirror. Click on node. Just go for trim. Then just go for H enter for hatch. So under hatch, which one we have to use? We have to use the solid hatch. So whenever you are using hatch, go for solid hatch over here and fill it over here. Done. Now just take up this one and now go for text, multi-line text. Just write down the simple as up just to specify the direction. Increase the text height for UP up, select and change the font style like this. Okay. This one is nothing but the top view. Now I wanted to create side view. Side view create करने के लिए will again copy this staircase. Copy करने के बाद turn on the ortho mode. Done. Now I'll just rotate this one just to create this side view. Okay. Now I'll change its position a little bit upwards. This time again I'm just going to move it towards the right. Now I'm just going for Excel enter, which is nothing but the construction line. Excel enter करने के बाद just select the vertical infinite line. So just place at the intersection जहाँ जहाँ भी intersections है, जहाँ जहाँ भी risers है end हो रहे, so place at that particular point. Now go for Excel enter again H enter. ये हो गया आपका एक रोड लेवल समझो आपका ग्राउंड लेवल जहां से आपका स्टेयरकेस शुरू हो रहा. So again L enter, specify the first point and try creating a line of length 6 inches which represents the height of the riser. Now अभी यहाँ पे thread depth foot placement area कितना 1 feet. Done. ठीक है ये दो लाइन सेलेक्ट कर लो. Go for copy the things like this. But I don't want to copy it in like this in this manner. Directly जो है multiple copies एक साथ देना चाहते हैं. So for that thing यहाँ पे just go for array. Specify the number as 10 and then specify the point over here. Directly done. Again specify the point over here. Done. Go for extending this one. Extend it. Again take up a line from this point to this point and again close it. Again L enter. Now this time flight 2. Again 6 inches. Again 1 feet. Copy. Specify base point. Go for array. Specify the number as 9. So we require 9 steps. That's why we took it as 9. Now go for L enter. Now we are supposed to create the base slab. Okay. So the base slab is over here. The thickness. We wanted to create this base slab. Again, what we have to do, just create a line anywhere. ठीक है, कहीं पे भी ऐसा एक लाइन क्रिएट कर लीजिए जो कि कनेक्ट हो रही दो राइजर्स को. दिस राइजर एंड दिस राइजर, इट इज कनेक्टिंग. नाउ गो फॉर ऑफसेट ऑफ 5 इंचेस. 5 इंचेस का ऑफसेट करने के बाद डिलीट दिस लाइन. फिर उसके बाद एक्सटेंड करिए, यूज द एक्सटेंड टूल. एक्सटेंड लाइक दिस. ओके, clear now? No. Even you are having some one more different thing, you can just select this one, go for EX center. Like this also you can do. Again EX center, like this also you can. Okay. Here, next thing. Just take up a line, close it over here. Again, for this flight one also we have to create, right? फिर से offset में जाइए. 5 inches is the thickness for base slab. Again, EX center. Again, EX center. EX center again. This will be reaching till the landing. Now we don't require anything. Delete this one. Done. We got this side view of the staircase. This is okay. Yes, sir. So this is how we'll be creating the staircase. Okay. The top view and the side view. If you want to create the elevation view also, you can create the elevation view. How to create the elevation view? So elevation view will be seeing under a specific topic, elevations. ठीक है, जब elevations की topic आएंगे, like complete building elevations will be doing. At the time, we'll see how to create the staircase elevation. Okay, so that's it for the today's session.